Welcome right to another video on Realms Productions. How you guys doing today, man? If you have not already, please like and subscribe. And also, just get ready for this cool-ass banger I got planned for you guys, man. Because I'm LL Cool Brad. You already know what the vibe is, man. But anyways, man, let's get into it. So first off, I want to just take a minute to talk about Steelers last season. So last season, we did absolutely terrible running the ball. We were last in the NFL in rushing the ball. We sucked. It was like we rushed for 100 yards maybe one time or twice, and I think it was like in the first 4 weeks. After that, we just sucked. And I swear, last season, we had a person like Najee Harris. That's what I'm going to be talking about. We would be contenders. We would have been contenders. I think we could have gone to the Super Bowl last year if we had him. But this season, just coming into the league. So first off, why I think that Najee Harris will. The first reason why I think that Najee Harris will rush for over 1,000 yards this season in his rookie season is because of his work ethic. His work ethic is unmatched. It's because he's came from nothing. He was homeless as a child. He got evicted several times. He lived in homeless shelters. And the cool thing that I saw him do was he turned down the offer to go to the NFL draft, the invitation to go to the NFL draft, and he actually held his party for the NFL draft at a homeless shelter he stayed at when he was a kid, and that's awesome to see. He just gives back, and he's a humble guy. And also, he's just such a hard worker because our running backs coach, Eddie Faulkner, has had to tell him had to tell Najee that he's had to go home because of how much extra time that Najee puts into his game, because he loves the game so much and he wants to get better badly. And that's just something that he learned at Alabama. It's just to work hard, man. He learned hard work in Alabama. It's not easy to be the starting running back of the greatest team right now in Alabama. There's just not. It's just not easy because it's just always stacked. But next is because he's a fearless player. We've seen it before. We've seen him hurdle people like this in Notre Dame.
Waddle working his way back. It seems like he might be available for the national championship game in 11 days. Hurdling is Harris, and now running down the sideline, and he's chopped out.
Then we've also seen him he just is a contact first guy, and that's something I don't want to see from him 100% though, because we've seen it with many running backs in this league. They've had their careers cut short because they seek contact firsthand, and that's not good, because we've seen it with some guys like George Rogers, maybe not a household name, but he played back in the 80s. He played for the now Washington football team and then the Saints for the last stretch of his career. In his rookie season, he rushed for the second most rookie rushing yards most ever. First was Emmitt Smith, legendary Hall of Famer running back. And then the next guy was Bo Jackson. He had the fatal hip injury in 1991 that ended his career in the NFL, and he's arguably one of the most what-if careers in the NFL. Bo Jackson's was, because he had it, bro. He was so physical back in the day, and that's what it was back in the NFL. If you want to be a good running back, you had to be so physical back in the 90s, and that's what he was. So I 100% bet you that if Bo would have stayed in the league and he didn't have those problems that he did, his legacy would have been spread so much farther. But after that, he just played I think he was 3 years in the MLB before retiring from sports in 1994. But yeah, that's just a small fraction of what I'm talking about in the NFL, because we've seen so many guys come into the league with so much potential at running back, and then it's just all thrown away because of one injury, and that sucks. And that's one thing that Najee has to learn too, is not to see contact, and then also he has to learn how to take breaks, because he puts so much work on himself. He works on himself so much. He works on the game so much, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he has to learn to just take breaks, because he just works on it so much. So that's another thing that I want to see him work on. But he's just a guy. Like I said again, he just has what it takes. Najee does. And I really think that he's going to break Franco Harris's record set at 1,500 rushing yards. No, 1,055 rushing yards, my bad. And I really think he can beat that. And he'll be the new. It's funny because Franco Harris, last name Harris. Najee Harris, last name Harris. But he'll be the new Harris with the record, I think, after the season. And if he does break Franco's record, I really think he'll be in the Pro Bowl this season. And that'll be awesome for a rookie running back to be in the Pro Bowl. That's something you don't see too often. But with Najee this season, I really think that we can be contenders. We've just gotta our offensive line just has to be good, and just signed, what was it? Yeah, Trey Turner, to a 1-year deal, 6-time Pro Bowler. So I'm really intrigued to see him. Some rumors were coming out about Kevin Dotson not being in shape, but those were fake, so that's good. But yeah, I really hope that we get it together this season. And yeah, man, I really have high expectations for Najee because of what he's coming in the league and doing, and he's gotten attention from two potential Hall of Famers, one in Adrian Peterson, who I obviously think should be a Hall of Famer, a really great running back in his time in the NFL. And he's told everybody about Najee that he's such a hard worker, and that's something that's huge to hear him say his level that he played at when in his career. That's amazing just to hear him say that, about a rookie. And then also his teammate Big Ben, who should be a Hall of Famer in the coming years when he retires. But yeah, it's just, we'll have to see, man. I'm just really excited to see Najee this season and see how we're able to reconstruct this run game this season. Last year, like I said already, our run game wasn't there at all, and we just relied on Big Ben to try and figure it out. But also, I'm really intrigued to see something else. It's a little bit off topic, but it's still in the Steelers' range. But I really want to see. I'm excited to see Matt Canada's offense into play because now he's the new offensive coordinator. Last season, we didn't do the best play calling at all, and NFL teams said that they could just read our plays because we ran so many of the same plays every single game. And also against it was against the Colts, when in the second half we were down. What wasn't it I think it was 24, right? We came back. It was because Ben called his own plays, and that's just. You don't see that many times. You don't see a quarterback go out and make better decisions than an offensive coordinator, And that's just sad, to be honest with you. And then we also saw Matt Canada's, what do you even call it, offensive scheme against the Browns. I think it was week 17 or 16. We had all of our backups in, and then the Browns, they had all their starters in. We only lost by a few points. I forget the score, but Mason Rudolph, he was playing great that game under Matt Canada's offensive scheme. He looked like a whole different quarterback that game. He threw for 230 yards, I think, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He looks really great. So yeah, man, I'm just excited to see both of those things. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this banger that I brought to you guys today, man. But if you have not already, please like and subscribe and comment what your expectations are for Najee this season. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.